do you reflect on that one?
Without stating the obvious, obviously a really poor start in terms of the goals we conceded. We know the level of the challenge, preparing and then playing the game here against City at the Etihad, and as I said in the pre-match, for me it doesn't get any tougher. But if you look at the two City goals, and obviously you will look at them with great quality, and they were, but they are very much typical Man City goals in terms of the type of pass and run from Walker for the first one, and the pull to the back post for Haaland for the second one. And we planned for that. We knew that it was a real repeated tactic that they do, amongst all of the other brilliant things that they can do in a game. But to let it happen as easy as what we did was disappointing. I thought if they were going to do it and score, I wanted it to be with real difficulty, where sometimes you have to hold your hands up. But that wasn't the case. I think the game then can go one or two ways. We can sort of give in and go in our shell, or we can stand up and be counted. And I thought we had to change a little bit tactically in the middle, and we matched up their sort of shape. And I thought the game settled. Of course they had the ball, of course they had the territory. They do it every time they play here. But we did stop a real sort of threat on Matt's goal. And then, like I said, the challenge half-time was just to be clear on the tactics that we were then using, and to keep believing that we could get back into the game and try and get something out of it. Obviously, the game changes with the red card, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the rhythm of the game has to change too much. You see teams with 10 men sort of continuing to play well, and particularly someone like City. So the fact that we've had a second half as we have, where the game was played in City's half, and we've got the real players up the pitch, I have mixed feelings about it. One, that you very rarely get an opportunity to have that territory here at City. Even a lot more experienced Premier League teams than us, don't come anywhere near doing that. And so in some ways that's a show of a bit of evolution, but then we need to make more of these opportunities. And okay, you'd probably be praising City's defending in the second half, and they did, credit to them, the way they defended, but there's not many times that you guys will be writing about that. But we've got to be more productive, and I think that it's where we want to get to. There's lots of new players there if you look at the connections on the second half, and hopefully that will come over time. So listen, I won't lose sight of the first half. City were City, and sometimes you can't live with them, not many can, if anybody at times. But then at the same time, we've had a second half where we could have been a lot more creative and productive than what we were, and we need to sort of challenge each other to try and be able to do that.
Yeah, you would have been prepared to play on the counter-attack. But the game played out very differently second half. How was that frustrating in a way that you couldn't find that breakthrough? A
little bit, yeah, because like I said, I don't think maybe one of the powerhouses will come here and have spells like that in a game. And I was here for the Champions League game the other night, and City could have scored respectfully to Belgrade 8 or 10, and so okay, start of the game, I was thinking, come on boys, settle down. But after that, I don't want to say we were the dominant team, because you have to respect who you're playing, and City defended really well. But we did have great opportunities with the territory that we had and the amount of players ahead of the ball to be creative in the game. And like I said, the strategy I'm thinking about means that maybe we're making some small progress. But while you're making progress, I know that you have to make the most of opportunities when they come to you in the Premier League. So loads of new players. We're trying to become a team again. We know from last year it takes time. But while going through that process, you've got to pick up enough points along the way. And okay, we have some points already. But when you play a game and you get presented an opportunity, you really want to recognise that you have to take that. And I'm not angry with the players. I'm not disappointed in any way, shape or form. And I've just told them that, but I've just challenged them to go, like, come on, boys, really back yourselves, because I do. I do. And, hopefully we'll reflect on the game and be motivated that we can play in these really tough games and do some good things.
Sam.
Steve, what did you think of the red card? Do you think Morgan made too much of it?
I haven't seen it, Sam, to be honest, mate. But, you know, the referee obviously showed a red card and VAR looked at it, so I don't know. I haven't seen it.
The players that mentioned it.
No.
Anyone else? Paul?
Yeah, Paul.
Steve, when the fixtures came out and you looked at like playing Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea, Man City away in your first away games, it looked pretty daunting. But how do you feel like you've coped with it? Do you feel like there's been progress made when you look at the performances you produced in those games?
I think obviously Chelsea was an important day for everybody, and then I look at thought Arsenal in some ways was quite similar to today, where we were against a very good team, and went a couple of goals down and ended up getting one back and nearly nicked for me. I have regrets about Man U, if I'm being honest, because of it's a game, dare I say it, that we could have won. I'm not saying should have won, but we could have won, or definitely got something out of it. And obviously today, as I'm reflecting on it, listen, Man City are brilliant, you know, and the first half, it's so difficult to play against them, and you see them do it against, you know, a lot more experienced Premier League teams than us, and you'll continue to see that. But the fact that we've had that second half where we're showing like we can belong on stages like this, I think we have to take the positives from it. But with regards to the fixtures and the start of the season, when they come out, you look at it, we could see what it was, but I think next week will be tough, and the week after that will be tough, and so on and so forth. So it's just getting on our journey, believing in our plan, believing in what we think we can do, and trying to pick up enough points along the way and keep growing.
Last one, Sarah.
Sarah.
Steve, you gave a debut to Nicholas Dominguez. How do you think?
I thought he did well. Yeah, I thought he did well, and he's like I said, we signed a lot of new players, and it's going to be impossible to just throw them all together and expect a fluid team that could compete in any Premier League game, never mind one like today. So we've really got to get the balance right of integrating these players, and you know, some have not even got changed today, but they're definitely going to get in our team at some stage, or if they keep going. But we're working really strong with everybody every day, as we do, trying to get some rhythm in how we work to them, so they understand in our ways of working and how we play or trying to play, and etc., etc. And while doing that, it's hopefully integrating the right players at the right time, and you know, becoming the team that we want. And that is going to be a settled team with good connection on the pitch, good relationships, and you know, like I said, hopefully picking up enough points along the way, but growing as we are, and hopefully that'll stand us in good stead. But there's a lot of work to do. We've got to get back in the training ground. Next day's got to be really important, and so on. And hopefully, like I said, over the course of time, we can keep improving, picking up enough points along the way, and just progressing the club.
Ask how Nuno is.
Who, sorry?
Nuno.
I don't know. I think he's come off with a bit of a groin, so we'll have to have a look. It seemed that, but I don't know, to be honest.